Hi, everybody. My name is Shelby Switzer. I am a white person with short blonde hair and fun glasses, I've been told. And I have a bright yellow background and some art on the walls. And I was in the fiction cohort. Tonight, I'm going to read an excerpt from my debut novel called Boy Goggles, which I'm currently querying. It's a different excerpt than what's in the anthology. And at the time when I submitted this to the anthology, the title of the novel was called Unclaimed Baggage, but that's changed. I don't think you need to know much. Just the main character, Amaro, is searching for a monogamous partnership, which is impossible, we know. And they're having a lot of conflict and loneliness in their relationship with their best friend, Lex, who is also in this scene. Amaro opens a drawer by the fridge and pulls out their goggles. When they asked for a pair for winter solstice, Lex assumed Amaro was taking up swimming as part of their new dedication to make their life as boring as possible. So she went above and beyond in quality and aesthetic. They're anti-fog and also hot pink with light pink lenses and a glittery strap. Amaro hadn't even known they made goggles like this. They just wanted to make dinner without crying. Lex glances at them while she starts peeling the ginger. I fucking love you, she says. Properly protected, Amaro gets to chopping the onions. As the two friends assemble the groundnut soup, their bodies don't touch, but the space, the way they exist in it together, feels intimate to Amaro. The shock and unease they've carried since they saw the skeleton in the store and the annoyances they felt at Lex earlier fade away. The way the grated ginger disappears into the bubbling broth before them. The bubbling, rusty, orange-brown broth. They stare into it, admiring the way liquid can move and froth and turn into air. And at some point, they look up and see Lex is watching it too. They catch each other's eyes and smile. Once they've blended in the peanut butter and the soup is finally simmering on the back burner, and the ingredients for the rest of the week's meals are chopped and Tupperwared and refrigerated, Lex goes to the living room while Amaro stays. They're not ready to leave the kitchen. It's warm in here, and it smells good, and everything is a little rose colored. Cookie time, they call out to Lex in the other room. I'm tired, she calls back. Get started without me. Aw, they call. She'd really rather watch TV than play with Amaro. Aw, she calls back. Well, this is no longer fun, but they still want cookies. They pull up the recipe on their phone. It's hard to read. Oh, because they still have their goggles on. They sigh and take them off. They're deflated. They're not even high anymore. This used to be their and Lex's thing. Lex taught Amaro how to bake, pulling out recipes from a scrapbook that all had some origin story. These were her grandma's world famous chocolate chip cookies. That was the cake Lex baked for herself on her first birthday alone. Those were the Russian tea cakes that got her through her exams. They haven't used a recipe from that book in a long time. Amaro likes baking the chocolate chip cookies or the tea cakes the best, followed by pies or scones, really anything they can mold with their hands. It brings them back to ceramics class in college, kneading and slapping and pounding and massaging clay from a block into a bowl, and then picking and combining glazes to paint the surface. Except unlike baking, or maybe a little like baking, you never knew how it might turn out, how the materials would react with each other and with the heat, or if an air bubble was lurking in the clay waiting for the perfect moment to explode. It's magical, the difference between the before and the after, the pre and the post. Amaro has always been drawn to the before state, the pre-fired state. It's underrated, but just as beautiful. Dry clay bowls, dusty and earthen, or vases rolled in pastel glaze chips, bright like fruity pebbles. Outside the kiln room, too, they love caterpillars before the cocoon, seeds before the sprout, and soon, in Amaro's very hands, in their very mouth, cookie dough before the bake. Amaro collects all the ingredients for the cookies on the counter and gets to work. When it's time to mold the dough and assemble it on the baking sheet, they call out to Lex. You sure you don't want to get in on this? No answer. They poke their head out of the kitchen. She's not in the living room. Boo. Amaro thought she'd at least want to eat some dough. Should they save her some? They taste it. It's good, but not as good as they remember dough being when they made it with her. Fuck it. They pull out the baking sheets. They chunk off some dough from the bowl and roll it in their hands. The first time Lex saw Amaro's perfect dough spheres compared to her own lumps, still imprinted from the ridges of her fingers, she was delighted and made it her mission to outsphere Amaro, not just in terms of shape, but also making them as evenly sized as possible so each cookie was identical. But Amaro is not interested in making perfect cookies today. They roll the dough into oblong shapes, some straight, some a little curved, and lay them out on the sheets. They look like sticks or bones, like Amaro has cast a chocolate-studded oracle. They hope it's a prediction of a partner in their near future, one who enjoys pre-cookie as much as they do. Thanks so much.